Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be having a question and answer session on RentFi where I'm going to be explaining some frequently asked questions and the answers in further enlightening you on what exactly RentFi stands for. Okay, now I'm not going to waste much of your time. Please do well to like, subscribe and share this video to your friends too. RentFi is a platform that is making real estate investments so easy. In fact, with RentFi, you do not need to own any property, you do not need to make any management expenditures or whatever. All you need to do is to hold the rent token and then you gain passive income. But then there are so many questions around RentFi. People do not really understand what the platform stands for, and then it leads to a lot of misinformations out there. And I get this a lot. What exactly is RentFi? How do I invest? Is this a Ponzi scheme? Things like this are what I'm going to be clarifying in this question and answer session. This is the part 1, and subsequently I'm going to be uploading series of answers to frequently asked questions on RentFi. Now let's jump right into business. Question number 1, what is RentFi? How is it different from traditional real estate investing? Now, this is a very sensitive question because right from the beginning, we all know about traditional real estate investing, and we know that you can actually buy a house. Out there in the streets, they come to you and tell you the best investment you have to make in your life is to own a property, own an estate. Different real estate companies spring up and they say you have to buy a portion of land in the real estate, you have to develop it and stuff like that. Now, we all should understand the fact that it's very difficult for laymen to actually tap into the wealth that flows out from the rivers of real estate. Now, why do I say this? It's simply because right now the cost of land is actually very high, very, very high. And for a layman to be able to tap into the wealth of real estate, this person needs to have a very huge amount of capital. Okay, what is RentFi and what is the difference between RentFi and traditional real estate investment? RentFi is simply a blockchain-powered real estate investment platform. Now, this is the major difference between RentFi and traditional real estate. Okay, while traditional real estate platforms want you to bring out your money to buy properties or to maintain properties and all of that, RentFi does not want that. RentFi simply wants you to hold the rent token. So technically, your money still belongs to you, okay, because you're not giving anybody the money, you're just using the money to buy rent tokens. And when you buy these rent tokens, your rent tokens begin to work for you, because as long as you hold the rent tokens, you keep earning passively from the real estate portfolios that are not managed by you, that are not owned by you. Okay, now this is the major difference. For RentFi, you do not need to own anything, you do not need to manage anything, but you still earn. So it's more like you're benefiting from the same rewards that come from traditional real estate investment platforms, but then you're not doing the same thing they are doing for you. It's easier, it's better. You only need to hold tokens and then you earn passively. Let's quickly move on to the next question. Question number 2, does RentFi offer fractional or decentralized property ownership? Does RentFi offer fractional or decentralized property ownership? Now, before I answer this question, I'd like to explain what fractional ownership actually is. Now, this is fractional ownership. We are 10 people and then we have a building, and then this building is owned jointly by the 10 of us. Okay, so what we do is we have specific percentages of monies that we contributed for the building. Now we share profits based on your percentage, like the percentage that you have in the ownership of the building. So technically we are 10 in number and the 10 of us contributed specific amounts of money to own that building. So what does it mean? It means when it's time for repairs, when it's time for management costs, we have to split these costs between ourselves too. Now this is fractional ownership. Look at the question again. Does RentFi offer fractional or any kind of ownership? Actually, no. RentFi does not offer any kind of ownership. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings rentizens have, or people who want to invest in RentFi's ecosystem have. Okay, they feel RentFi is offering a fractional ownership where you have a particular share in a building. You buy shares into a building. No, that's not true. Okay, RentFi does not offer any kind of ownership. Instead, RentFi uses blockchain technology to distribute passive income to token holders without assigning any ownership roles, without extending any ownership rights to any properties. These properties are owned and managed by professionals. All you need to do, like I said earlier, is to hold the rent token. So you're not signing any deed of agreement, you're not having any legal tussles, no battles, no lawyers, no maintenance. Just hold your tokens and then you earn. Okay, question number 3. How do I earn with RentFi? This is a very technical question because people want to know how. I'm just holding rent tokens, and then how do you expect me to agree or accept the fact that as I'm holding rent tokens, then I'm earning? It's something really strange because not everyone is used to such sayings that you just need to hold a token and then you are earning. Okay, now let me break down how you actually earn from RentFi. First, RentFi takes rental profits. Like, after the month ends, the net rental profits, are shared. They are shared using a particular mechanism, which is the 50-50 mechanism. Now, this is how it happens. After the net profit is realized, 50% of the total net profit is used to buy rent tokens, and then these rent tokens are distributed to eligible holders. Now, let me tell you what makes you an eligible holder. It's nothing really serious, okay? You simply need to be holding a total of 1,000 rent tokens, and you need to have held these rent tokens in your decentralized wallet for a period of just 15 days. So what does it mean if you get rent tokens, say at the on the 10th day of this month, for instance, and then you hold it till the end of the month? Automatically you are qualified to receive a share from the 50% net profit that is going to be distributed in the next month. It's as easy as that. Okay, so all you need to do is to hold 1,000 rent token for a period of 15 days, and then you are eligible to share in the 50% rent tokens that's going to be distributed to eligible holders. Now, it doesn't end there, because some people say, oh, what if I'm not able to have 1,000 rent tokens? What if I'm not able to do some of these things? Then it's totally fine, because the remaining 50% of the net profit from the month is going to be used to purchase rent tokens from the market again. And then guess what happens? These rent tokens are bond. Okay, these rent tokens that are bought with the remaining half of the net profits are bond. Now, if you understand tokenomics very well, you understand that when tokens are bond, the supply reduces. Okay, the supply reduces and then it becomes more scarce. And when something becomes more scarce, the value goes higher. So even if you're not holding up to 1,000 rent tokens, from the bond process, you still have more value to the tokens you're holding, no matter how little it is. So this is another way through which you earn from RentFi. Now, I believe you understand how you actually earn from RentFi. Now, finally for today, the last question I'm going to be talking about: what makes RentFi globally accessible? One of the biggest things RentFi banks on is the global accessibility. Now, what makes RentFi globally accessible? Simple: blockchain technology. So it does not matter if you are in Lagos, if you are in anywhere in the world, as long as you have access to a mobile phone, as long as you have access to a PC, you have access to the internet, you are simply on the right track to earning from RentFi, because RentFi is built on the Solana blockchain, which was chosen because of its speed and low fees. So it's globally accessible to every single person. All you need to do is to invest. You can invest from anywhere, even from the comfort of your room. Okay, all you need to do is to simply go to a decentralized exchange platform like Radium, and then connect your wallet and trade Solana to rent tokens. Simple. There is no paperwork, no borders, nothing, no middlemen. You're just in charge of everything, and then you can invest from anywhere. This is what makes RentFi globally accessible. Now I believe you might have learned a whole lot of things. So you definitely should have learned a whole lot of things about RentFi from this question and answer section. If you still have any questions pertaining to RentFi, please do well to drop it in the comment section so that I can answer them in the next episode of the question and answer session. Okay, thank you very much for listening to this point. Please do well again to share this video to your friends so that more people can know about this wonderful opportunity RentFi is bringing. I'll see you in my next video where I'll be talking more about RentFi. Thank you very much for staying with me.